Hello, Aquarius. Thank you for joining us here at Red Root Yoga and Mysticism. We're going to get started here with our weekly reset reading. So, we're going to be using the Earth Alchemy Oracle deck. We're trying some things out as we get our community going here. Aquarius, we're so happy you can join us. What do we have for Aquarius for your weekly reset reading? Cards are like wanting to stay together. Like they're not wanting to separate themselves from the pack. They're wanting to stay as a herd. All right, Aquarius. What are your guides? What are your ancestors, your angels, your higher self want to bring through in this reading for your weekly reset? You have gold and apple rewriting. Let's do one more. Oh, I didn't even get to reshuffle because we had, oh my gosh. Aquarius, the energy is popping off. Listen, we had one card that bounced, Pearl and Larimar, let go. But Aquarius, we had a third card, which I normally don't do, but this energy wanted to present itself. So, Septarian nodules, way shower. Okay. So Aquarius, gold and apple, rewriting. So this card is telling me that your guides are asking you to reconsider a situation, Aquarius. This is a moment of taking the script that has already been written or the story that has already been told and casting that aside. And maybe this is saying that this week you're being asked to author the I was going to say the story, but really it's the truth. That's the word that's wanting to come to me, which is interesting because here on this card you have the scales of justice, which talks about, fairness, good and bad, and ultimately getting to the truth and the kind of rebalancing that happens when there's the recognition of truth and then accountability. So, Aquarius, you rewriting the story, you telling the truth from your vantage point, your narration, your author voice is really important this week. There are codes, and this card has HER emphasized in larger text. And so it's her story instead of history. So this is the sort of telling of the other side of the story, or the showing the other side of the angle. Healing distortion. So taking that which is like just out of whack. I keep touching the mic, sorry. Out of whack and like not coherent, and bringing coherence to this situation. So Aquarius, you're being asked to step in and be that author, be that voice that ultimately sheds light on the truth. And the truth is, the truth requires, the truth requires sort of a recognition that it's never like a black and white thing, that there's dimension to truth. That's what I'm trying to say, that truth is dimensional. Just like we have the apple here, which is a spherical, object, and the crown, which again is like circular. So it's not a flat, linear thing. It is a dynamic, round, multiple perspective reality. And then also the element of gold here makes me think of the golden rule, right? Which is treat others how you want to be treated. Is that the golden rule? Is that what we learn as kids? So again, it sounds like this week you're being asked to play a pretty important role in bringing these pieces together that ultimately amount to truth telling, um, and recognition, and then justice. This next card, let go, surrender, release, patterns and triggers, Pleiades. So Aquarius, this is also beautiful. First of all, this card feels like you. I don't know why I always picture Aquarian energy to be um, aquatic to some degree, although I know you are air. But I picture this is you, like dolphins, rainbows, ocean ripples. This is how I imagine your spirit. Um, in this image you have, it looks to be the pearl it looks like it's almost a rainbow reaching down and pulling up the pearl, which makes me think about this other card, you stepping in, reaching in, and pulling out the truth. It's telling you that the next step that is available to you this week is to let go. You did your part. You helped to bring light to bear. You have elevated, platformed that truth that everyone has been trying to get to, that nugget, that precious pearl. And now you get to let go. Surrender to whatever process unfolds. That is not your realm of responsibility. That is not your purview. This is your permission to let go and to release. And maybe you've had a tendency, Aquarius, to want to have more control or say in the outcomes or aftermath. Maybe that's a pattern for you or even a trigger, but you got to let that go. It's not meant for you. You've done your work, you've done your part. And then the last card, Way Shower, shake up the system, cellular upgrades. This is a really interesting card. It feels particularly cryptic, but I think the point being your truth telling is enough to open up uh, the reality of a situation so that everyone can see what's happening, right? And what happens next is not a part of your mission. So you've already done the work. You've created cracks in the system by telling the truth that have opened up what is the reality, the actual circumstances, or the actual character of a person, or the reality of a situation. You've shaken things up. And it says here cellular upgrades. This makes me think of wiring, where we think of like our cell phones being connected to Wi-Fi and 5G and all that. So how are we connected via communication and energetically without the use of wires, right? We have the ability to connect with others, including our higher self and our spirit team, in non-physical ways that are as energetic and real uh, and far-reaching as any of our connection systems in the 3D that we're accustomed to. So, Aquarius, you're tapping into that part of you as well in this process. And this will continue to erode those systems that aren't helping our communities, that aren't supporting you in your life, that aren't fostering truth telling and truth seeking. You are advocating in your life and through your actions for good. And it's coming from a place of compassion and love and concern. Um, and I just think that that's so beautiful and so powerful. So, Aquarius, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll see you next time.